Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Attila tournament match cast, and this is the Championship of Russia 2015 tournament, Group Stage 3, Group 1, match between Poccopacs of FG and I. In this first game, we have Poccopacs in command of the Burgundians and I as the Saxons. Well, Burgundians obviously the favorites in this matchup, but we'll see how it actually plays out. I mean, in terms of definitely Burgundians have like a lot more tools. They have better skirmish contingent, they have better cav, they have better infantry, better everything basically over the Saxons. But it's not impossible for the Saxons to win. They still have some things they can pull off to gain a victory over the Burgundians, but it is a difficult thing to do for sure. Anyway, since this is still group stage, it's just 3 games, whatever happens. 3 games, 1 point per game. Let's go over the compositions though. So as I was saying, Poccopacs is the Burgundians, and he has, let's see, Burgundian Guard General Bronze 1 with fast charge. Then we see 3 Royal Lancers on the right, 3 Royal Lancers on the left. Looks like all his Royal Lancers are Bronze 1. Actually, one of them is Bronze 2. 3 Burgundian Axemen on the left, Bronze 1. 3 Burgundian Axemen on the right, Bronze 1. Then in the center, we have a Germanic bow with 3 Scattershot Hurlers and 2 Germanic Archers. Now though, for the Saxons, commanded by I, we see Nordic Raid Leader General with a brace, 2 Heroic Cav supporting it in the center, and then 2 Nordic Horse Lords on the right, 2 Nordic Horse Lords on the left. In terms of his other forces though, let's see. Supporting his general, we have an Axe Warrior, then 2 Axe Warriors on the right, 2 Axe Warriors on the left. In the center, we have a Gezetas with 2 Hearth Guards, and let's see, 3 Nordic Hurlers in the center, a Nordic Bow on the right, and a Nordic Bow on the left. So those are the builds. Let's fast forward a little bit to get to the main action, because this could be exciting if the Saxons win. Because clearly the Burgundians are expected to win here. Let's see though. So moving on in, Scattershot Hurlers against Nordic Hurlers. Scattershots will win, especially with that precision shot activated. Nordics are just going to die quickly. And sorry about that noise in the background. Here you can see that this unit is very annoying for the Burgundians. The single Nordic bow could do damage to all these Burgundian troops. Over here, same thing over here. Burgundians are just going to pull back because they don't want to give free damage to these Nordic bows, even if theoretically Nordic bows can't do a lot of damage. So as you can see here, now these Germanic archers getting focused on by Nordic bows. A Germanic archer is definitely in position. Oh, it's 2 Germanic archers and a Germanic bow. Yeah, I did say that properly. So the Nordic Hurlers clearly off the field thanks to these Scattershot Hurlers being extremely strong. Hearthguard moving up, and it's not a bad choice because these guys, look at that armor, 38 and 132 health. So they're very tanky, especially if they go into Shield Wall, because Shield Wall beefs up the missile block chance by 25. So it's fairly significant to use that actually. And then on over here, looks like the Burgundians are actually going to start pushing up. This Hearthguard could actually get charged by Royal Lancers, but it's not going to. Over here, the Hurler getting charged by Hearthguards, so this Hurler going to die. That is unfortunate that the Burgundians didn't pull it back. They did pull back the Hurler here though, that's a good move, and they're gonna pull back here too, but Hearthguard getting a lot of kills already in melee. Though this Burgundian Axeman coming in, it's just going to kill that Hearthguard without a problem. We have Royal Lancers of Burgundians pushing through here. Some of them getting left behind though, but still should be a pretty good charge. This charge is horrifyingly bad though, but very nice Nordic bow here to stop the charge. Now it allows the Axe Warriors to come in, but Royal Lancers looks like they're going to try and pull through and get into these units regardless. They're going to get an extra charge order onto this Horse Lord, and now Burgundian Axemen coming in to support, though they kind of die as well. Over here in the center, you can see the Hearthguard and getting owned by the Burgundian Axemen here. Burgundian Axemen killing a lot of units already. Nordic Hurler here going to die too. This Burgundian Axeman, though, as you can see, it's dying to Gezitas. It was not able to get a lot of kills against it. Gezitas is extremely tanky. Then over here on the right flank, I think it maybe was pulling through or something, because normally Gezitas don't kill that fast. They don't have insane killing power, just mostly holding. But then over here you can see the Royal Lancers pulling out and not looking too good at all for the Burgundians, because as you can see, Nordic Axe Warriors killing Burgundian Axemen here, and Royal Lancers here do not have a follow-up to support them. Here, as you can see, the Burgundian Axemen also died. Royal Lancers gonna get into these Nordic Axe Warriors, which is great for the Burgundians, but at this point they're losing this flank. And these Nordic Axe Warriors still alive though, and the Heroic Cav here is fighting off against Royal Lancers. They're gonna win in the prolonged melee, especially once Nordic Axe Warriors come into the fray here. But still, all these units here for the Burgundians that they're not using, they could be sending those to the right, but a lot of, I mean, no, these units could be sent like that, but right now they can't. So these units are over here. If they get focused down by these archers and stuff, they'll do well. Looks like the this Hearth Guard could actually be attacked by the Burgundian Guard. It could get killed, unless the general gets attacked by Horse Lords, which could be something. Looks like it is going for the raid leader, going to do some damage. And here, as you can see, the Royal Lancers trying to do their best to kill all the remaining units that the Saxons have here. And this axe unit does rout off the field. Very well done by the Burgundians. Now they're going to go in with more cav though. These Royal Lancers, very nice cav charge here into the Horse Lords, and now they're going to get into this Axe Warrior. Amazing job here by those guys. And they're going to get an excellent charge off here into the Axe Warriors. This Axe unit is going to be off the field. But the Burgundian Guard holding very well here for the moment. But he is unsupported. He needs support before he dies. And as you can see now, the General of the Saxons is moving in to support here. But wow, the Burgundians might actually turn it around potentially. If this cav unit dies and the General of the Burgundians is pulled back, they need to pull back right now. There we go. Nice pullback by the Burgundians. And over here though, the Royal Lancer is going to end up losing to the Heroic Cav. This Royal Lancer going to lose in melee to Horse Lords. And here these axes doing very well still though, but they're going to end up dying eventually to the Axe Warriors, especially with that frenzy popped. Over here, Burgundian Guard doing very well, and Hurlers here stopping the Nordic Raid Leader. Very well done. And now the Burgundian Axemen going to go into the Nordic Raid Leader, but Nordic Raid Leader pulling back here for the Saxons. Very well done by the Saxons here. Nice scav charge here into the rear of the Burgundian Axemen with Hearthguard follow-up here. And now this general is safe for the Saxons. It could engage the flank of this axe unit now if it's so desired, or the general even of the Burgundians. This Nordic Axe Warrior is just so important right now. And as you can see here, the Royal Lancers gonna get some support from Scattershot Hurlers in melee. There's still some archers left on the field for Burgundians, which could prove to be very important. As you can see, right now targeting Heroic Cavalry, this could be very important. As you can see, the morale of it is dropping, but it's not routing off the field. Now this Nordic Raid Leader is just going to do so much damage here, especially with this Heroic Cav charge. Could actually just rout this Burgundian Axeman off the field right now. There's still a cav unit here in the fray. The Nordic Horse Lords do rout though. That is very good for the Burgundians, but the Burgundian general is still engaged here. And there's still this Axe Warrior left on the field. Royal Lancers rout off the field. Ooh, this unit is getting focused now by all the archers, and finally the Burgundian Guard is going to die soon here in this fray, because there's so many units, and Nordic Raider of the Saxons pulls out. Which means that the general is dead for the Saxons. There could be a massive chain rout happening, although I doubt it. I don't think that's going to make the difference here. But that pullback was very, very risky, though it doesn't look like it's going to matter. And army losses will make all the Burgundian troops waver and rout, so this is going to be a win for the Saxons here. Wow, this is really going to happen. But yeah, Saxons have managed to do it against the Burgundians. Very, very impressive. And actually the Saxons can do it against Burgundians, but it is very difficult. And as you can see, it was pulled off here by I. Very, very nicely done. Look at that Gezitas, 183 kills. Very well done. And the axe is doing very well here too. But anyway, that is game. So let's go over to game number 2. Game 2 of the match. We have Poccopacs in command of the Geats, and I as the Ostrogoths. So while Poccopacs had the faction advantage in the first game, I'd say that now it is gone. Geats can certainly beat the Ostrogoths, but it is not easy. At least it will be difficult for him to beat them. But I was very surprised to see the Burgundians lose to Saxons. I've seen some close games between Burgundians and Saxons though. Anyway, let's go over the compositions here. So for Poccopacs, as the Geats, he has Nordic Warlord Gen Bronze 2 with Brace. Then we see on the right flank 3 Nordic Horse Lords Bronze 3 on the left. 3 Nordic Horse Lords also Bronze 3, then 3 Nordic Axes Bronze 1 on the left, 3 Nordic Axes Bronze 1 on the right. A single Warhound on each flank. Looks like 3 Nordic Hurlers in total, 1 on the left, 1 in the center, 1 on the right flank. Then we have, supporting his general, these 2 Herdmen, Bronze 2. So, interesting Geats composition here, but we'll see if it actually works out. Now though, as for the Ostrogoth composition, let's see. That is I. He has Germanic Nobles General with Rally. Then we see, supporting his general, 2 Noble Gothic Lancers on the left, 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen on the right, 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen. Then for skirmishers, we have 2 Germanic Bows in the center with a Germanic Hurler Bronze 1. Then we see a Germanic Bow on the left, a Germanic Bow on the right. So definitely a skirmish advantage going to the Ostrogoths here. In terms of infantry though, 2 Thracian warriors on the left, 2 Thracian warriors on the right. In the center, we have 2 Gothic Palatina defectors and 2 Gothic Warband. Now let's fast forward a little bit, and we can already see that Poccopacs is definitely shifting over to the left here. And he's already releasing his Warhounds to go for the Germanic Bows and these Gothic Warband. We'll see how well they do over here. They're gonna be met by these Gothic Warband. They got into the Gothic Warband, but Gothic Warband shouldn't do too terribly here at all, actually. As you can see, the Warhounds are just dying to the Gothic Warband without Gothic Warband even losing a single man. Here we have the Cav engagement though coming in. Thracian warriors and Axe warriors coming in as well. Looks like there's extra infantry here though for the Geats, and we're even gonna have this hurler might actually charge into this warband to just stop it for a little bit. That would be funny. It looks like just more units on the field for the Geats here. Gonna see this Noble Gothic Lancer engage this Horse Lord soon. Indeed, that is going to be the case. Horse Lord throwing some jabs into the Noble Gothic Lancer before the fight begins. However, here comes another supporting unit for the Ostrogoths over here. But as you can see, these Nordic Axe Warriors just trade so well against all these units here. And over here, though, the Thracian Warriors going down very quickly to this engagement. Nordic Horse Lords here taking so much damage from Noble Gothic Lancers, but we know what's going to happen there. Oh, very nice Cav charge here into this Axe Warrior with an extra Noble Gothic Lancer. This unit's gonna go down for sure. Very, very well done by the Ostrogoths there, but the Ostrogoths here are gonna have a huge problem. These Horse Lords here charging in. There's an extra Cav here that the Geats have, this Horse Lord, which is going to be very annoying for the Ostrogoths to deal with. However, as you can see here, the left flank of the Geats going down very quickly here. Because of that extra Cav unit just made all the difference, I think, and the supporting unit that came later into the fight. This Axe unit here going to do well. Here we have a nice Cav charge by the Horse Lord into the Thracian Warrior. Axe is coming in, but doing a lot of friendly fire right now is Poccopacs with his Nordic Axe Warriors. And more of his axes coming through here. As you can see, the Herdman holding here against Noble Germanic Horsemen. We should see this Noble Germanic Horseman going around. I'm not sure where it's trying to go. Honestly, it should be finishing off this flank, but I guess he feels like he can finish it quickly enough regardless. However, very nice Nordic Horse Lords here, going to do very well against these Noble Germanic Horsemen. So the Geats gonna keep their Cav there. Cav charge here into the rear of these units, going to do some damage, but I feel like this unit should just go around potentially or hit the rear of this Thracian Warrior, but I think these units are gonna rout soon. Gonna be another Cav charge, rear Cav charge into this Noble Germanic Horseman, going to do a lot of damage, but still this unit is going to take a bit of time before it's routed off the field. Gonna be a rear charge here by a couple of Noble Germanic Horsemen though. Should do damage against the axes, but they're going to eventually die. Here, as you can see, this Nordic Horse Lord routed off the field, but the Thracian might get routed by the Hurler. It could be possible. Horse Lord here going to die to the Noble Gothic Lancers, though. On the right, still, the Geats pushing through. Frenzied Axe Warrior here, doing well against Gothic Palatina defectors. Even though it's lost a lot of men, it's still going to hold for a bit. But finally, we have the Geats pushing through on the right. This unit here of the Geats going to go down to Nordic Horse Lords with some axe support as well. Over here, the Nordic Horse Lords activating Headhunt against the Noble Gothic Lancers will do quite well in prolonged melee. Thracian Warriors going into the Nordic Warlord, but nice shield wall here by the Warlord will help a lot. Germanic Nobles going in here. Rear charge into the Herdman, very, very important move right there. Ooh, this Axe Warrior did route off the field though for the Geats, but they've won on the right flank, and they have extra cav that they can use here, even though it's only 8. Germanic posts are targeting them down though, so they could do enough damage, especially with Flaming Shot. This Horse Lord could actually just route, I believe, but it's not under Flaming Shot, and it looks like even with Flaming Shot it wouldn't have it wouldn't route. But actually, as you can see here, the Geats pushing on through very, very nicely. Gonna see a nice rear charge here by Hurlers, interestingly enough. Could route this warband because they're attacked in the rear by even these Hurlers. But right now all of the units of Ostrogoths are engaged here. Germanic Noble still left on the field. We're gonna see a rear charge by the Warlord into this Germanic Noble, and even the Warlord is going to be able to mop up this Germanic Noble. General versus general engagement here. But Nordic one going to win against the Germanic one. Mostly because this is not a fair fight. Germanic Nobles have lost a lot of men and they're fighting 2v1 here. So they're not liking the situation they're in. And looks like they're going to rout very, very soon. There they go, routing off the field. And that is going to be game number 2. Poccopacs taking this game very, very close as well. This time with Geats against Ostrogoths. Very well done. A Warhound with 146 kills. Wow. And his axes this time doing much better in Horse Lords too. As for the Ostrogoths, as you can see, some Thracians being insane, but some of them being just not good at all. In particular, I think on the right flank maybe. These Gothic Palatina defectors getting more kills than I expected though. Anyway. That is game 2, currently tied 1 apiece. I shall see you in game 3. This is the third and final game of the series. We have Poccopacs playing as the Jutes, and I is now the Huns. Now obviously Jutes, I would favor them in this matchup, but we'll see how I can play this this one out. Gonna put it in slow motion, and let's see the compositions. So for Poccopacs, who is the Jutes? Nordic Warlord General with Brace. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Nordic Hurlers in total with 2 Warhounds up front. We see 3 Nordic Horse Lords on the right. Looks like all are bronze 1. 3 Nordic Horse Lords bronze 1 on the left. Then we have 3 Huskarls on the right flank. 1 is bronze 1. 3 Huskarls on the left. 1 is bronze 1. As for the Huns though, commanded by we have Steppe Chieftain General with Brace. Then we see 2 Noble Steppe Cataphracts. No, 1 Noble Steppe Cataphract with an Elite Hunnic Lancer on the left. A Noble Steppe Cataphract supporting his Gen. And then 2 Noble Steppe... No, again, a Noble Steppe Cataphract and an Elite Hunnic Lancer on the right. Interesting that he prefers the Elite ones over Noble Steppe. I guess the Elite ones do more immediate damage. They have a little bit higher... damage output, just slightly higher than the Noble Steppe, but overall the Noble Steppe are sturdier, so I guess that is why he chose them. At least I can't think of anything else. Anyway, for skirmish contingent we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Steppe bows for the Huns, 2 Ore Warriors on the left, 2 Ore Warriors on the right, and the center contingent, well, we have let's see, interesting. A Hunnic dismounted warband, looks like 1 here and 1 here, 2 in total. Bosphorus warrior, 2 of them actually, and a chosen ore warrior in the center. So not as many ores as I would expect, but we'll see. We actually have some herdmen. Yeah, we have a herdman supporting the Nordic warlord. I guess I didn't really notice that until much later. So here we have some skirmish engagements starting. I don't know why the Bosphorus warrior is getting targeted, because let's look at it. Lots of armor and health. There's no way it's going to die very quickly to hurlers. However, nice. This unit can die very quickly to hurlers, as you can see. It's getting hit pretty badly right now in the rear, but it's still not very effective. Here comes a Huskarl charge. It's going to destroy this unit. But here the Horse Lords here definitely going out of position. They're losing a lot of men being targeted by these flaming shot. Here comes the Nordic Horse Lord charge straight into chosen ore warriors. Oh, that's a massive mistake by the Jutes. Not by the Jutes, but the Huns. These warhounds make it into the steppe bows as well. Very important here. Looks like an engagement here. 2 Hunnic dismounted warband getting charged. So the Huns not really doing too great here. Huskarl is going to go straight into Bosphorus though. That's going to be great for the Jutes. However, it looks like this Noble Steppe Cataphract made it into the Huskarls. Lots of damage done to them as well. This is a very good engagement here for the Huns. These wars though, not doing great. The Huskarls destroyed them, and now this Elite Hunnic Lancer should die next. Over here, Horse Lords is gonna go for these Elite Hunnic Lancers, but they're pulling through against Noble Steppe Cataphracts, has to be mentioned. Again, this Hunnic dismounted warband died here very, very easily, and there's a camp superiority here for the Jutes, so they could attack here right now. Here, as you can see, the Horse Lords doing a lot of work against the chosen ores here. But this left flank not looking as good as it could be for the Jutes after this Ore Warrior broke through this side. And then there's still Noble Steppe Cataphracts around. This Bosphorus Warrior going to die to that unit though. If the Steppe Chieftain goes around, it could just mop up this flank, maybe with a rear charge onto that Huskarl. Here though, as you can see, this Horse Lord going down to Bosphorus Warriors and Noble Steppe Cataphracts. Finally, Noble Steppe Cataphracts disengaging. That's a good move, but now they're going to get focused by hurlers, and they're going to go down rapidly, as you can see here. That focus fire just doing so much work against these Cataphracts. Look at the Cataphracts just go down very quickly to these hurlers because of that range. Very nicely done by the Jutes in that regard. Here, as you can see, this rear charge by the Steppe Chieftain could change the situation of this flank. With if all these units get routed, looks like that is going to be the case. That is a very important moment in this game. And this Noble Steppe Cataphract does not get a charge off, and now it's going to get counter-charged by Horse Lords. This unit is going to go down because of Miss Micro from the Huns. Huns going to go in though with these ores against the Huskarls. Nice flanking charge, but still Horse Lords alive on the field here for the Jutes. They're going to do so much damage here. But again, the Huns destroyed this flank, so they could potentially win, but this Horse Lord here that is alive could just change things drastically. This Bosphorus going to go down to Huskarls. This war going to get destroyed by 2 Huskarls, and here these hurlers, I don't know why they're disengaging against steppe bows. They should just go in against the steppe bows and kill them. A nice calf charge here into these war warriors, making the most out of this unit, I guess. And now hurlers going to even go into melee here and stop these units for as long as possible. This warlord is going to get engaged here by Bosphorus warriors, but should be able to defeat them quite nicely. This war warrior though still on the field, and these steppe bows, I don't know why they're not getting focused. I'm charged by these hurlers. They need to get charged. Nice pullback here by the Horse Lords after killing off that Bosphorus. Now we're gonna run away. Looks like they're gonna go into these steppe bows. Bosphorus here trading against the warlord, but we know how that's gonna take a long time. Steppe Chieftain here looks like he's gonna go for the engagement against Nordic Horse Lords. And a nice scav charge here by Elite Hunnic Lancers. I guess it's going to kill all those Warhounds, get them off the field, but actually no, it is not. These units are holding very well. And as you can see here, the flank went very well for the Jutes. Hurlers finally engaging the steppe bows, but not after these Huskarls took a lot of damage to the bows. Here, as you can see, Steppe Chieftain still alive, and Horse Lords here are going to die to both of these scav units. This is a very close game right now. As you can see, the Ors disengaging from these fight against the Herdmen. But now they're going to get rear charged by Huskarls. This is important. And more Huskarls coming in for the Jutes. I think it's looking pretty good for the Jutes. Oh, the Steppe Chieftain going to die soon. This is going to be very important. If he dies, Huskarls getting a rear charge onto the chosen Ors. But they're not getting a rear charge onto these Ors. The Wards instead are going to get a rapid advance charge onto all these Huskarls. It's going to be massive here, as you can see the kills start going up for this War Warrior. Very nicely done by it. But this Horse Lord getting focused by all these Stepbows of the Huns. And a General of the Huns still alive with 13 men left. That would be insane if the Huns win with their General at 13 men left. Looks like it's gonna get focused by this Hurler. Perhaps one last volley of this Hurler could kill this General. No, he does not die. 10 men left and he's not dead yet. The Hun General is a beast. He's still alive with 10 men left. This War Warrior is still fighting over here, as you can see, against Nordic Warlord. And this War Warrior fighting, but the Huskarl should kill them. This is a crazy move by the Huns. Looks like they're gonna go in, trying to go against the Huskarl, but going in frontally instead of even rear charging is not the best move here by the Huns. And now the General is going to die. The General is dead. That's just a throwaway move by the Huns. And now everything should just chain route here for the Huns. I don't know why they did that move, honestly. Because the General could have gone around and rear charged this Nordic Warlord and potentially killed the Jute's General instead. But going in against Axis, yes, lots of initial damage, but they do so much damage afterwards that the General was dead. And already the General was down to 10 men, so I don't think that was the best move. I think if you want to take a risk, he should have taken a risk by charging the Jute General, because he was down to like 50-60 men and fighting an war, so it could have potentially died, and that would have chain routed the Jute's army. But still, what a close game. As you can see here, a lot of the Huskarls getting a decent chunk of kills. Same with the War Warriors, and you would expect that out of the best infantry that both factions can bring, unless you count Chosen Wars and Royal Huskarls, of course. But this was an interesting match. Looks like Poccopacs wins 2-1, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.